What's up, guys? It's Bax, and today we have another Coach Caustic. We have Altivolus here today, and just as always, I hope this can help you guys. I'm going to try to go through, see what they're doing on Caustic, so we do have Caustic gameplay, but I'm excited to get into this. I'm glad you guys are still sending these in to me. Just remember, if you want to send this in and you want your gameplay Coach Caustic, just go to my Discord, and there's a channel there that you can link it in. So I've been a little bit lazy on these recently. I have a few backed up, and I know this was sent in a while ago, so Altivolus, I'm sorry it took me so long, man, but let's get right into it. Landing towards the sniper area, I see. The sniper nest, as I call it. Ooh, we got some speed ups in here. Yes, sir. This man edited it for me. I thank you. What's he rocking right now? A scout and a sentinel? Okay. I swear, in the places in this game, any map where they spawn sniper rifles, you're always going to find a scout with the sniper rifle. So I guess the developers still see the scout as a sniper rifle. And this man's on PC too, so we're not looking at someone on console. We got mouse and keyboard going here. Get there and find some action. Oh, looks like they're in fight right now. Olympus is pretty bad for Caustic. Of all the maps, like, Olympus is definitely the worst for Caustic. There's a lot of just really open areas. Nice little kill right there. Yeah, see, look at that. It's before they added in the damage counter too. That just shows how long it has been since this was asked to be looked at. So again, Altivolus, I apologize. Well, let's see. Half the server's already dead. That was the only little bit of fighting I think so far that's happened here. So you're in a lot of open areas on Olympus, especially when you compare it to World's Edge. Get some nice tracking right there. You got a mouse and keyboard. Nothing against console or controller players, but you guys got to know, since I'm a mouse and keyboard boy, I love seeing other mouse and keyboard plays. Not a bad trap. That's like that's a basic defense trap, but it's good to just know when to throw those out. So that was good. When you're on the other side of something, like, the chances of them shooting it out are very small, and the chances of them coming in and accidentally setting it off is really high. Ooh, that was a nice Kobe Caustic ult there to give yourself cover while you're pushing. They're not going to, even if they did walk into that, they're not going to really be able to see out of it to shoot down at you. So that was not a bad ult at all, and it enabled you to push up. Your teammate did a good EMP too. He got it away from you so it wouldn't hit you. That was good. That was a nice kill too. That was a nice push, especially with your teammate's EMP. Nice little execution there. Yeah, so that ult, that was definitely not a bad ult. That was a very forward-thinking ult. I don't think we've really seen any like that in the Coach Caustics. He threw it specifically so that they'd be able to push forward and get inside, at least, so that you can start setting up or fighting or doing whatever, but at least they wouldn't be able to just peek down at you and beam from that floor. And you knew they were on that floor because you just seen them. If someone was on the top floor, yeah, they might have been able to shoot at you, but it was still not a wasted ult, and it did its job. And this is rough. Like, this area of Olympus is rough because when you're pushing across, you can get beamed here pretty easily. Let's see if he puts a trap down, like a defensive trap like he did a second ago. That's not bad either. I call those trench warfare traps because you're kind of just throwing them forward to slowly move forward with them into the open, just to give yourself cover if you need it. And chances are they won't shoot those out. A good trap for if they come down that little area. I think that trap went around the corner you were not expecting it to. I hate when that happens. I know where you were trying to throw that trap. So you heard people zipping. I think it was that zip over there. You're hearing a wraith going everywhere. Putting a trap right down at the bottom of the base. And look at that, it ended up being cover for you. Look at that. If he had needed to crouch behind that, he'd be able to. Ooh. Yeah, that Wraith did go over there, so you knew she was there, but I understand how that could have happened. And now that Wraith is getting... Ooh, she's getting pushed out, but your teammate got the knock, but that's a scary situation. Your teammate's got to push forward onto her. She can use her teammate as a cover, and she can also just like Mastiff him because he has to move in close. If he doesn't have a Mastiff, that could go bad very quickly. He's gonna have to get some heals off. Let's see. Get some more fighting. 5 kills though. A lot of the people you've been fighting, you were able to get the like back end of the kills, but you showed good positioning with Caustic. Like in a ranked scenario, that's a good way to be. You don't want to be the front end when you're pushing somewhere as Caustic because of how easy it is to get beamed. So you moved in there in the right way. Your teammates were taking big fights, but they were in cover, and you moved. You move anywhere you've moved so far, you move with cover in mind. It looks like, at least, and that's definitely good. There's just 3 other squads left trying to just maneuver into zone. Oh, let's not skip that. Especially when you have a crypto. See, that's I'd love to have a 2 times on a vault right here in this situation. But you got a crypto on your team. He can get intel. He's hitting an EMP. Your crypto's really good at moving the EMP really far away. If you guys saw that, this is not a Caustic-centric thing. But look at this. Look at the crypto. I don't know if this is your pal or just a random you got put with. But he's flying the EMP past the fighting so that his teammates won't get clipped by it. I don't know if this is on purpose or accidental, but if it's on purpose, then he's making moves with crypto. Look at that. It hit all the enemies, but it got away from his teammates. And because he's flying it so far away from the enemies, it's going to be hard for them to shoot the drone before they get EMP'd. So they just got to accept the EMP. That ult looked a little bit more like a panic ult. It kind of worked out in your favor here to stop that horizon from being able to shoot you, and now you have a little bit of cover to move around in. And sometimes, you know, you got to make your own cover, gang. If there's not cover for you, you got to make it for yourself. But if you had saved that too, you could have kept where you were and behind that cover and had sight lines on that horizon. Ooh, this man's going Mastiff Kraber. I feel like he'll probably drop that back in a minute, but let's see. Let's see if he gets some shots with the Kraber. Ooh, that was close. That guy's serpentining everywhere. You definitely, I know you just picked that up quickly, so I'm not really judging off that, but definitely good to take the Mastiff, or drop a Mastiff, or drop a Wingman or something, and not a Vault or an R3 or something that has a lot of attachments on it, because that's more looting you'll have to do in that situation. And I'm talking specifically about if you're dropping a gun for any kind of gun that's fully kitted, especially for like a Kraber, mainly a Kraber, but like a Peacekeeper or even a Prowler, depending on how much ammo it has. If you're swapping to it to use it for something, you want to make sure your secondary is, you know, going to be helpful for you, and that Kraber only had a few rounds. So when you swap to it, if you had swapped your Mastiff out instead, it would probably be better to go towards the end with a Vault with no ammo and a Kraber than a Mastiff with no ammo and a Kraber, because then you're forced to only have a Mastiff. But if you wanted to swap it right there, like that zone was coming in, you didn't want to die, swapping back to a Mastiff is way easier, because if you can't grab the bolt, if you have some form of sight on it and you can't grab those, it's not that big of a deal. Now, obviously, not having a bolt and a Mastiff sucks, but it's not as big of a deal as not being able to put all of your attachments back on that vault. And let me see. Yeah, you see you had a blue mag, purple barrel, purple stock, and now you've lost that because you weren't able to loot quick enough. But if you had a Mastiff, it's already like pretty ready to go. You're also running really low on ammo here, so you're kind of low regardless. But your teammates can give you energy if you ask for it. They can't give you Kraber ammo, so not a bad idea to swap back. That ult though was a little bit, you know, it was a little bit unnecessary. But I also wish you could pick up traps the moment you threw them down. I wish you were able to just, like, they didn't have to inflate before. The Caustic himself could pick it back up. But I said a second ago I call those trench warfare traps because you're using them to push forward. But also they could be called fucking X-Bones traps, dude, because Cap is always throwing traps like that. Nothing wrong with that at all if you're not getting yourself killed while doing it. What is your crypto looking at? Oh, Caustic v Caustic fights here. Let's see what happens. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Woo! You scared me for a second there, Altivolus. Yeah, I was about to say, you are running towards your teammate as well that has self-res. But you figured that out. You turned around immediately, went right back to your crypto. Now you guys should be able to... You guys should be able to heal this up pretty quickly. Hold on. I want to hear what Caustic just said. I don't really res cryptos a lot.
1 minute until the nearby ring closes.
He said something about Watson. I want to hear that.
Think carefully as I save your life. Did you forget?
I've never heard that. I just realized I have not rezzed a crypto since they've added these lines in. Like, crypto's not really played that much in general, and I haven't played ranked with anyone who plays crypto. I'd normally be crypto, and I don't think we'd have a Caustic, so that's funny. I love that stuff. It has nothing to do with the coach Caustic, but I love that kind of stuff, man. Be able to get your Volt back. Get some ammo for it. Blue Bolt now, too. Purple, or gold armor on Horizon, Caustic, and Gibraltar is pretty nuts because of how much healing potential it has on top of your fortification, and then Horizon can Q and heal very quickly. Like, getting a single sell off while you have gold armor as Horizon with the Q is amazing. And Caustic has so much defensive stuff to use. Gibraltar does as well, but the red shield versus gold, it does matter. Like, that amount of HP does matter, but when you have a character like Caustic where you can play defensively and get big heals off on yourself, you know, you can save a lot of time and get more bang for your buck. So I don't normally run gold armor, but in like a ranked scenario, I would if we had gold armor and not, you know, other shields, I would want it on Caustic or Horizon or Gibby more than anybody else. That's just a situation where you got to figure out who is getting what armor in ranked when you don't have a ton of loot, if you haven't killed a bunch of teams yet. Plus, I don't poke as much when I play Caustic because Caustic, he's just so big, it's really easy to just get shot by the enemies. Plus, Gibraltar, if you're running Gibraltar, which a lot of people are right now, Gibraltar is the best legend in the game to poke on and level your Evo shield up with, because you can essentially poke for free if they don't get headshots on you. If they only shoot your gun shield, you can shoot them, get some health, or get some damage on your Evo, and then hide, and they can't do anything. They're just going to shoot you in your shield. I'm not even... You guys can figure out if I'm wrong on this, but I don't think Gibraltar shield counts towards Evo leveling it up. So they don't really get anything off of you, and it's just perfect. Gibby is the ultimate poker in the game. And Caustic is probably one of the worst. So having gold armor, nothing wrong with that. Let's see. Dude, looking at this no damage meter, though, it's like, I'm really glad they added it. It's glass. There's a lot of parts on Olympus like that where it's like, can I shoot that guy or is he behind glass? Burn off that door. You might be able to get an ult in there once you push up with your team. You just get an ult in there on them. If your teammate's about to EMP, this could be crazy for you guys. Oh, he can EMP. Oh, yeah. Put it on the other side of that building. There you go. Don't get shot out. It looks like they left. Ooh, I might have put that ult in the building. Because then they couldn't go in the building and you could run in and out of it. But that ult wasn't too bad. I know you probably just got a little worried because your teammate crypto ulted you. Oh, and they rev ulted too. Oh, she's cooking. Why is she not taking... Oh, she got rev. She got sent back in the rev. I didn't notice that she was in rev for a second. And see, this is why that gold armor is so nice. Ooh, that came down to the wire. Yeah, I definitely would have put that ult in the building, because you could have taken over that building and just been playing inside of it and jumping out of it. I think she's the only one left up. Oh, that bar. Imagine. A little rough there towards the end, trying to kill that guy. I saw you shot his shield up a lot. But other than that ult, man, like, when you have a team in a building like that, you want to pull out that Mastiff, pull out your ult, throw it inside, maybe throw some traps on the outside before you push in, especially if they're getting EMP'd. And you just get that ult going in there, and you rush in. Even if you get slowed by that ult, you just get in there. But other than that, Altivolus, you have a really good aggressive traps. You're not afraid to throw traps. Thing for almost anyone that I could coach Caustic is, you know, aim. Work on aim a little bit. But you have pretty decent tracking, especially for a mouse and keyboard person. And you know when to be defensive. You always have cover. It definitely looks like you purposefully make sure wherever you're moving around, you have cover. And you're playing to your strengths. in those aggressive situations, pushing a team like that in a building, you get that ult ready, and you just throw it on top of them, and you just go to work with that Mastiff, and you at least get a knock or two, or do big damage onto them, because your teammates are coming in. They just got EMP'd, so if they're in your gas for a few ticks, and they just got EMP'd, they're going to be all hurting a lot. If you get in there and get some knocks down with that Mastiff, it's going to be perfect. But, yeah, man, that was pretty good. I was impressed with your bones traps. You know, really good at knowing when to throw those so you don't get killed. I don't remember if I saw any points where you threw a trap and you really shouldn't have. Some of your traps looked more like it was a kind of a waste of time to throw them at all. So make sure when you're trapping, you don't want wasted traps, because that's just wasted time. And, you know, if you watch Bones, he's really good about that. His traps are never wasted. Even if they don't do anything in a fight, you know why he threw it. And that's I think, really important to look at when you're playing Caustic. Two of the ults were kind of iffy. The last two, the first one was really good, I think. The last one wasn't terrible, because you stopped that team from being able to play Ring Around the Rosie with you. But I think it'd be better to trap the outside while they're inside. They have a lower chance of walking out and shooting those, especially while they're getting EMP'd and your teammates are coming. You put an ult in a building like that, you then own the building. If they're inside the building stuck with you, you know, you just run in there with them and you destroy them. While their teammates walk out the other side of the door, you've just isolated somebody to take the fight. But when they're outside, you know, it's a lot easier to avoid a corner of the building than everywhere inside the building. Then you can start to throw a trap or two inside, throw a trap outside, and just completely dominate these people and zone them where you want them to go while you're getting some Mastiff shots off. But other than that, man, I think that was is good gameplay. You got a nice 10-piece there. It looks like a lot of your crypto damage probably came from the EMP as well, your crypto teammates. But a lot of their EMPs were pretty good. The last one kind of scared me, kind of worried me, because he was flying it. You know, when an entire team is in a building, that's the perfect place to just park your EMP on some part of the building they're not going to be able to shoot it, and you just get a free EMP off on them. There's nothing they can do to stop it. They just have to tank it. But obviously, that's about him, not about you. I think overall you did a good job, man. The ult and trap placements, work on those a slight bit, but you're pretty good as Caustic. I hope you guys, you know, Altivolus, I hope you got something out of this. Anyone else watching, I hope you learned something. If I missed something, let me know. If you're impressed about something I said, let me know. And if you think I missed or I said something incorrect, let me know on that. But either way, man, you guys have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video.